Right now at 10, tornado touchdown. The video captured statewide after a row of storms hit this afternoon.
And a third congressional candidate kicks off her campaign in La Crosse.
Plus, students at Western Technical College take the stage.
WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. We saw some severe weather roll through the area today. A tornado moved through Richland Center. We also heard reports of touchdowns near Roberts and Spring Hill. Storms also brought lots of rain and some strong wind after the row of storms. This is from the top of Oakleaf Medical Center. Your drives near Oakleaf Medical Center in Eau Claire. The drivers there trying to stay out of the storm, though that was a little difficult to do in the afternoon.
Yeah, the system also bringing pea-sized hail. This photo was sent in from a viewer, and here's video out of Centerville. You see the hail dropping nonstop, at one point littering this woman's driveway.
Strong winds also damaging power lines in La Crosse. A billboard falling apart and wrapping around the lines. Southbound lanes on 53 were closed temporarily as crews cleared the scene. And then between 50 and 500 customers were left without power for several hours.
And this system brought damage to southeast Wisconsin. This is northeast of Madison. Trees on their side as hail later poured down. And property damage in the Milwaukee area as trees fell into the front of some homes.
So obviously the severity of the damage, more in the southeast part of the state, but it was an interesting few hours from about 3 to 7 o'clock today, Greg.
Yeah, pretty much we had a lot of hail reports. Mainly the severe hail was up towards Eau Claire, then Altoona, where they had 3.5-inch reports of hail too. Eau Claire got hit pretty hard with the hail. Then we had post winds too, and the winds weren't associated really with the thunderstorms. It was just winds along the front that really caused more of that wind damage that you saw there other than the thunderstorms. Overall, here's all the reports. We have one confirmed tornado. They'll be surveying tomorrow, the National Weather Service, to see about more in Clark County. The strongest tornado right now, at least damage-wise, is towards Dodge County and Juneau area. That has quite a bit of damage reported online throughout that area. And then the New Richmond one you can see in the far left corner up there, too. Overall, the activity was the wind behind it. Look at those gusts, 60 mile-per-hour gust at Rochester. That caused some of the damage. It has since decreased quite a bit. In fact, we don't see much in the way of gusts now going on at this point in night. Very deep, very strong low pressure that's centered right up in the Dakotas. This actually is going to start producing some snow here later on tomorrow as the cold air really wraps around it. So a very unusually strong system for May. But overall, the temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler than we've recently had. 50s to near 60, but that wind will be breezy, especially towards the morning. And as you look at tomorrow morning, we're going to see conditions get a little bit better. We'll kind of go over this later in the broadcast, exactly how much the wind's going to be towards the afternoon, how much cooler the temperatures are this weekend. And it looks kind of wet going into next week, too. So a big difference between the first half of the month to the second half.
But just to be clear, that snow being generated only for Grand Forks, North Dakota?
It's up in that area. They were just near 100 not too long ago. So.
Now that's quite the switcheroo. Yeah. Thanks, Greg.
Authorities are asking for information in a La Crosse shooting. It happened today on the 900 block of 5th Avenue. According to the La Crosse Police Department, at least one person was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. 28-year-old Deontay Booth has been identified as a person of interest. Call La Crosse Crime Stoppers at 608-884-TIPS with information on his whereabouts.
Emily Berge is kicking off her 3rd congressional district campaign in La Crosse. She is the 3rd Democrat to announce her candidacy for the 2026 election, joining Rebecca Cook and Laura Benjamin. Berge is currently the Eau Claire City Council president. She says her campaign will prioritize being available to her constituents.
I'm always one to, when I get an email or people have questions, I'll call them up and offer to meet them for coffee. I'm very available, even if they don't agree with me or if they have questions. I think that's really important in public service.
The winner of the Democratic primary will face off against incumbent Derek Van Orden in the 2026 election.
Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez was in La Crosse today. She stopped by the Pump Regional Arts Center and the city's Historical Society. Rodriguez met with staff to talk about the state's investments into art and museum programs. We did ask Rodriguez if the governor is closer to a decision on a 2026 run.
He's going to wait to make his decision until after the budget is done. And so the budget needs to be completed by July 1st. And so we're expecting the governor to be able to make a decision about running for governor again after the budget is completed.
The lieutenant governor also spoke with staff about the impacts of federal funding cuts to their program.
All right, let's head around the state. In Milwaukee today, Judge Hannah Dugan pleading not guilty in federal court. A grand jury indicted Dugan last week. She is accused of helping an undocumented man evade arrest by ICE agents at the courthouse. Now, a crowd was outside her arraignment. They accused the Justice Department of overreaching.
The judiciary is our third branch of government, and for the executive branch to go in and start to intimidate them is terrible precedent.
The judge's trial starts in July.
The EPA rolling back limits on forever chemicals in drinking water. The White House wants to reconsider whether Biden-era limits on 4 PFAS are still needed. These chemicals are linked to cancer and developmental problems.
And it's not just in our drinking water, by the way, it's also in the soil. They found it in rainwater, and it's estimated that some 30,000 industrial polluters are putting out PFAS chemicals into the environment in this country.
For now, limits on 2 common PFAS will remain. Water systems will get more time to comply.
Blue lights and badges filled Riverside Park today in La Crosse, honoring fallen heroes. La Crosse Police hosted the county's Peace Officer Memorial Ceremony as part of National Police Week. The event paying tribute to officers who died protecting their communities, including La Crosse police officers Perry Gates, Frank Grashner, and Joseph Dondellinger.
You know, it's a time for us to reflect on officers who have paid the ultimate sacrifice to their communities. It's also a day to really celebrate those who have chosen law enforcement as their profession in serving their communities.
Law enforcement from across the region gathered as part of the nationwide celebrations.
Mental health services were showcased at the Sparta Library today. 25 different organizations came to the Monroe County Suicide Prevention Task Force Career Fair. The fair aims to raise awareness about the services available to those struggling with their mental health.
You never know what's going on in somebody's life right now. They may look perfectly fine to you, but inside there's just chaos, or there's depression, there's anxiety. So we want them to know that there are like the outlets that they can go and talk about those situations with.
The event also offered pet therapy with the Cooley Region Humane Society.
La Crosse County's senior nutrition program is expanding its service zone. Starting next month, the Aging and Disability Resource Center will serve senior meals in West Salem and Bangor. Meals will be served at the Memorial Library in West Salem twice a month and then once a month in Bangor's library. The ADR.
Not only is it a nutritious meal, so getting your nutritional needs met, but also socialization. Congregate dining is huge when it comes to just coming to a site, connecting with people.
Seniors can reserve their meal by contacting the ADRC. Reservations do need to be made at least 24 hours in advance.
Dignified aging took center stage in La Crosse today. The Cooley Region Committee invited local caregivers to their first ever summit. The event focused on supporting those who care for our elderly. Participants earned education credits while building connections.
I'm just so grateful that our community is coming together, and we're able to serve the elderly population better because we are becoming stronger.
The committee plans to make this an annual event.
Students at Western Technical College finally got to put on the cap and gown. Students receiving their GEDs, HSEDs, and high school diplomas from Western getting to walk the stage today. The ceremony saw around 500 students celebrate their accomplishments. Associate Dean Dylan Mathers says it's great to see the families celebrate their graduates' accomplishments.
This ceremony is so important for so many of our students, especially those who didn't have the chance to walk with their classes when that time came. So today is really a celebration to mark the effort that they put in to earn their high school credentials. And it's also a place to talk about and see what comes next for many of these students.
This is the largest turnout in Western Technical history.
The Great River Landing in Onalaska now has 2 colorful additions. The nonprofit Onalaska Art Keepers installed Bobber the sunfish in 2023 as an interactive display. Now Bobber has 2 new friends flanking him. Luther High School students helped paint them, opting for a quilt vibe where each student got a section to design. The Art Keepers say the new school of sunfish will mean more fun for visiting families.
We figured that usually when families are coming through, it's not just one kid, but maybe multiple kids, multiple people. And so this gives an opportunity for multiple children to ride at once, and adults if they want the opportunity as well.
Visitors are encouraged to visit and take a picture with the Sunfish as part of a $100 cash contest. We'll have contest rules on our website.
Walmart's warning about your next grocery bill.
Plus, Diddy's former girlfriend continues her shocking testimony in day 4 of his trial.
Comfort, style, and savings. Come in now for the FlexSteel Spring Gallery Custom Order and Floor Sample Sale. Get 50% off select floor models and 40% off all custom orders. International Furniture, I-90, Exit 2, La Crosse.
Protect yourself from the harsh sun with Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens from Asher Lassen Exteriors. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Receive up to 22% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com or call us at 888-GO-ASHER.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day sale. One day only. Friday, May 16th. Get pork chops, just 99 cents. Fresh Express garden salad, just 99 cents. Pork and beans, just 59 cents. Chicken of the sea tuna, just 77 cents. Hy-Vee yogurt, just 49 cents. Plus, save on Lay's chips. And you'll find even more great deals across the store. Save in-store and online. Friday, May 16th, only at Hy-Vee.
Comfort, style, and savings. Come in now for the FlexSteel Spring Gallery Custom Order and Floor Sample Sale. Get 50% off select floor models and 40% off all custom orders. International Furniture, I-90, Exit 2, La Crosse.
Attorneys for Sean Diddy Combs got their first chance to question his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in the 4th day of his trial.
The prosecution's star witness has already given 2 days of shocking testimony. Bradley Blackburn reports from New York.
Cassie Ventura took the witness stand again Thursday, this time being cross-examined by attorneys for Sean Diddy Combs. The defense began the day presenting romantic text exchanges between the former couple, going back as far as 2007. Combs' attorneys then showed more explicit messages to the jury, which they insist prove Ventura was a willing participant in so-called freak-offs, referring to them in a 2009 email as the next step in their sex life. Over the past 2 days, the prosecution's star witness, who's 8 months pregnant, has detailed physical and sexual abuse she allegedly endured during her 10 years with Combs. Ventura told the court the music mogul coerced her to take part in the drug-fueled sex sessions with hired male prostitutes that took place across the globe, and even raped her in 2018 as their relationship was coming to a close. She broke down in tears as she recounted later going to rehab and trauma therapy in 2023.
From the defense, their job is going to be to distract and attack.
Attorney Judy Saunders specializes in sexual abuse cases.
What the defense will do is that they will say that she may have even willingly used Mr. Combs. They're also going to attack that she stayed and that it was against her will.
Ventura is just the first of at least 3 women expected to testify against Combs, who stands accused of sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs has denied any wrongdoing in the case. The defense argues that his accusers consented to all sexual activity. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Combs faces 15 years to life in prison if convicted on all accounts by the jury. This trial expected to last 8 weeks.
Russian President Vladimir Putin skipped out on peace talks in Turkey today. Putin suggested the talks in Turkey himself before canceling, but even without the leaders, a meeting between Russia and Ukraine would mark progress. The nations have not held direct talks since Russia invaded Ukraine more than 3 years ago.
Global oil prices have fallen slightly after reports that the United States is close to signing a nuclear deal with Iran. The price of a barrel of Brent crude fell over 3% this morning to $64 a barrel. The deal could increase the amount of Tehran's oil available on the global market. The deal could result in looser sanctions on Tehran and boost overall supply.
We'll expect to see higher prices at Walmart. The retail giant says the president's tariffs are to blame. The price hikes are likely to start later this month. Every product entering the U.S. is facing a 10% tariff. For China, it's 30%. We'll have more news ahead.
But first,
definitely going to be much cooler this weekend and windy, at least through Saturday. We'll break down what the temperatures look like and the rain that's going to be coming next week. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like $1 off assorted Mobil 1 automotive grease. Save $30 on this 90-piece Milwaukee pack-out bit set. And assorted brake, steering, and suspension parts 15% off. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
If you've been waiting for the best time to buy furniture, this is it. The King Furniture Memorial Day sale, where everything in our showroom has been reduced. Find huge savings up to 60% off throughout the store. And don't forget, you can trade in your old furniture for savings on something new. Plus, we'll haul it away and deliver your new furniture free. These deals only last through Memorial Day weekend, as we will be closed Memorial Day to remember and honor our nation's heroes. Don't miss the King Furniture Memorial Day sale going on now.
Let's go.
Seatbelts?
Nah, don't worry about it.
All right.
Those dudes are going nowhere fast.
Donald Driver!
Buckle up, fellas. If you don't, it can cost you money or worse.
Got that? I told you.
You were right. Click it or kick it. Together, we can save lives.
Big truck.
College, tuition, bills. Someday I'll get that new truck.
This is just where we're at right now. Someday you'll get that big truck.
We've waited 40 years for this Denali, and it's beautiful. Is the big truck next?
Some kids just never grow up.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Well, now that the storms are all done, we're going to have a quiet, at least quiet weather-wise for severe weather, but we're definitely going to be on the active side for some precipitation that we do need after having pretty much nothing for the first half of the month. And a lot of areas today didn't see much at all either. So as you go into Friday, it's going to be windy and cooler. We'll have showers arrive, but really not until the afternoon. There could be a chance we see some around noon. I'll show you what I mean by that. But most of it comes probably Friday night. In a lot of way of precipitation amounts throughout Friday night, but we could see maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch, just light precipitation. The windy conditions will become more breezy Friday night and definitely cool weekend. Some areas may not even hit 60 degrees. The rain returns, and this one Monday night through Wednesday, a substantial amount of rain potential with that too, as a couple systems will really impact the area. The good news is we're not expecting any severe weather with that. As we start off, here's the activity that could develop across there's going to be another front that'll be coming through, really another cold front too for tomorrow with this low associated. So a few showers may develop here between about 10 to about noon ahead of it. These even could be thunderstorms too. So once we get through that, there could be a break, and then here comes really all the precipitation associated with that large low up to the north will eventually come into the area after about 3 for Eau Claire and areas north. And then towards the evening commute, we're going to see a lot of the shower activity push through the east. Even a few thunderstorms could develop, maybe for Richland County to the east of that area could develop with this, and those actually could contain some gusty winds along with that. Overall, we'll see this round of showers come throughout, and that will continue Friday night. It's not going to be an all-night rain. There will be dry breaks, but we will see showers off and on rotating around this low that'll continue all the way to maybe about 2 or 3 in the morning for Saturday for most locations. Now the wind tomorrow morning won't start off too bad, but by the time we get to the noon hour, we'll see 35 to 40 gust potential. Higher elevations, more favored areas in northeast Iowa, southeast Minnesota could get those higher gusts too. These will continue and actually increase a little bit. Looks like the windiest period will be about 1 to 4 in the afternoon. The evening's going to be windy, but it will begin to die off a little bit at night. Now for the rain amounts all the way through Friday night, as I mentioned, not a lot of activity going on. Maybe a quarter, if you're lucky, a tenth. Most of the precipitation, a better shot will be probably into Minnesota. Highs tomorrow, we'll have a little bit more sun, so down into lower, we could get the mid-70s. That's still above average, but about a 10 to 15 degree drop. Cloud comes in a little bit earlier as you go further north, so those temperatures maybe in the upper 60s to low 70s, so everyone will see a drop. The wind also. Going into Saturday morning, we'll actually see temperatures get back into the 40s. Still cloudy conditions. The showers will continue for most of the night, but not an all-night type rainfall. Then Saturday, really is going to be cloudy, cool with that northwest wind about 15 to 20. It definitely will not feel really May-like, especially since we've had 80s, 60s, upper 50s. So definitely will need the jacket there for Saturday and Sunday. Less wind, a little bit more sun, a little bit better improvement for the temperature-wise, especially for south of I-90 where we could get close to 70. Most of the areas will be 60s and more clouds further north. They'll be closer to that low. So going into Monday, still cool conditions. Clouds started increasing because we got a series of systems coming that's going to have one opportunity for rain coming in Monday, Tuesday, and then we're going to have another low that's going to come through Tuesday into Wednesday with more precipitation too. So it's going to be quite active going in the first part of the week. We'll have some rainfall, which we do need. The good news is we're not expecting severe weather with this, but it's going to be kind of damp from Monday all the way through about Thursday before we finally dry out towards the end of the week. So definitely hold on for tomorrow for the wind. This weekend's going to be dry, but it's definitely going to be a change from what we've had last week, and about a 20 to 25 degree drop from what we had last weekend.
That's not a subtle drop.
No, and you'll need the jacket come Saturday. It'll be kind of chilly up to the areas to the north where they're barely getting into the 50s.
And hold on to your hats tomorrow. Mine blew off while I was running today.
Yeah, you're going to have some wind going on with that.
I had headphones on top of them, too.
Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, a diamond duel. Holman and Onalaska jockeying for softball postseason positioning. Find out if the Hilltoppers could get the season sweep or if the Vikings could salvage a split. Jacob is next.
Uncover the truth about Wisconsin's logging industry. Dive in as we explore the myths, the risks, and the rewards of being a modern-day logger, a business that is surprisingly alive and well. Monday at 6 on News 8.
You wouldn't buy the first vehicle you saw.
Trust me, it's perfectly safe.
I'll take it. So don't hire the first personal injury lawyer you call.
Trust me.
Where do I sign? Object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
This is the story about a little empathy. No matter where little empathy looked, it just couldn't find its place in the world. Which was sad, because it had so much to give. Then one day, little empathy made a friend. And the friend took it somewhere it would always be useful and appreciated. Welcome to a place where healthcare is all about caring. Amplify Health. A little empathy changes everything.
Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. It's where you'll find the best furniture in the area. And now, during our Memorial Day sale, the prices are better than ever. Only at Drury's will you find store-wide sale prices, 24-month financing, and even free gas. You'll find incredible savings on furniture for every room in your home. From Daniels Amish, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, and Stressless, all on sale. Great sale prices, 24-month financing, and even free gas. The Memorial Day sale now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Hiring the wrong personal injury attorney can cost you a lot. Researching personal injury attorneys costs you nothing. We're confident that your research will lead you to buy Goff and Rohde. BGR, object to anything less than the best.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Seeding meetings for high school softball across the state going on these next few days. That means only a couple games left before the postseason gets underway. Onalaska and Holmen looking to beef up their resume. Vikings and Hilltoppers doing battle from Onalaska. Runner in scoring position, for Sydney Krause, and the freshman phenom delivers with a base knock. Katara Olsen crosses home to make it 1-0. A little later, Zoe Kunso-Kane lays down the bunt. Avery Euler goes to first, and Bella Prey skirts home to increase the lead. Then the toppers, Zoe Lichty, getting in on the fun, rips one to right center. That makes it 4-0. Vikes not going down without a fight. Taylor Everson barrels one up to left field. Macy Klein scores to make it a 3-run game, but Anna responds. Jenna Ganson is going to bloop one into shallow center. That drops to plate another. Sydney Krause strikes out 7, allows just 1 run as her Hilltoppers take this one 5-1. Some scores from today, a lot of action, games avoiding the inclement weather. West Salem takes down GET. Aliva Strum squeaks by Cochrane Fountain City. Royal Softball clinching at least a share of the Scenic Bluffs title for the first time since '04. And Seneca takes care of North Crawford in 4 innings. In baseball action, Holmen stays unbeaten against league foes and clinches at least a share of the conference crown. And GET stays right in the thick of the Cooley title race. And one more, Morgan Roeder, the hero for Houston, with a 3-run blast walk-off style to top Mabel Canton. Well, after dealing one of the most beloved players in franchise history in Karl Anthony Towns, I think it's safe to say that move has paid off as the Timberwolves are back in the Western Conference Finals for the 2nd straight season. Minnesota took down the Warriors by 11 last night, and one of those centerpieces in that Cat trade was Julius Randle, who once again was a force with a team-leading 29 points in the contest. Everyone in the starting 5 for the T-Wolves was in double digits, including Mike Conley, who was a part of those Memphis teams back in the day that couldn't get past the Warriors. And he says it feels good to get some revenge and be back in the conference finals.
With the team that we felt that was championship ready, at that moment, hurt a lot, and then it took me another 9-10 years to even get back to competing again at that same level. So just happy to be back in the situation with these guys. Wouldn't want to be with anybody else, and looking forward to the next 4.
And Minnesota will have to wait even longer to find out who they will face, as the Nuggets just beat the Thunder tonight, so that one is going to Game 7. Twins looking for their 2nd sweep of the Orioles already this season. Chris Paddock, fantastic outing, 7 innings, 3 hits allowed, no runs. And speaking of runs, the first ones of the game coming off the bat of Deshaun Kersey Jr., a 2-run blast. And the very next pitch, Byron Buxton exit stage left. That's back-to-back jacks for Minnesota, make it 11 straight victories for the Twins. Well, the Packers now know how their schedule shakes up after the release last night, but there are still a ton of unknowns regards to the upcoming season. One of the question marks is how much of an impact the rookie receivers will make in year number 1, and offensive coordinator Adam Stenovich will not rush that learning process.
We have a good core of older wideouts, and then we got these 2 young guys coming in that are really special. So it's not like they have to start and be the guy at a certain position. We can kind of put them in different places, see where they excel, and kind of move them along from there.
Returning available wideouts from last year include Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs, Dontavian Wicks, Bo Melton, and Malik Heath. And how about some morning postseason baseball tomorrow at 11 a.m. at Copeland Park? UWL back hosting the regional round against Bethany Lutheran College. Of course, you can find those highlights right here tomorrow night. We've got some Blue news coming up after this.
Right now, you're busy taking care of the people you love. Let Window World take care of the place you live. Window World, America's exterior remodeler. Improving homes, changing lives.
It's Customer Appreciation Time at Wesco, and we're saying thank you with exclusive savings on furniture and bedding, and your deal is just one spin away. Every spin wins, whether you're upgrading your bedroom or furnishing your dream living room. Now's the perfect time to save in style. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Stop in and spin before this deal rolls away. And don't forget to tell them Peyton sent you.
We have a very special bond, I think, as a family. Spectrum is the connecting thread to everything we do.
It provides us with reliability, lightning speeds, and allows us to do what we need to do in our lives.
From school to homework to entertainment, Spectrum's the perfect match for me and my family.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra.
Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Kick off your summer right with big seasonal savings at Fleet Farm. Kingsford 16-pound 2-packs of charcoal briquettes are just $17.99. Suffolk's braided fishing line is only $7.99 a spool. And get a free $25 gift card with every $100 you spend on select Columbia apparel and footwear. For more of the hottest summer specials at the best prices guaranteed, stop by your local Fleet Farm or check out our weekly ad at fleetfarm.com.
We'll talk about a colorful catastrophe.
A truck spill in Brazil has turned local streams into something straight out of a cartoon. Bright blue water, blue ducks, and even blue geese. The crash near Sao Paulo in Brazil sent industrial dye flowing into waterways.
So while the scene almost looks magical, rescue teams are racing right now to help these accidentally blue creatures.
I mean, they seem unbothered, but we got to get some Dawn dish soap on them right away.
Lots of dish soap.
Oh my goodness.
That's a lot of blue.
All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Protect yourself from the harsh sun with Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens from Asher Lassen Exteriors. Receive up to 22% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
Right now at Home Sleep Express, get up to $900 off select Beautyrest Black adjustable sets and choose a free gift with purchase. Plus, pay no interest for 5 years and get free white glove delivery. Beautyrest Black and free gift with purchase. Now at Home Sleep Express.
We see you out there, making the most of every moment.
Happy birthday, buddy.
One big, bright idea at a time. And at Blaine's, we're glad to be part of it. By offering best-in-class products and dependable solutions at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. So when the work's all done, you can find value to enjoy the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
Hey, what's up with no seatbelt?
We're not going far. Just heading to town.
Really?
Don't worry, folks. I got this.
What the?
Come on, man. You're more likely to get in a crash on a shorter trip. So buckle up every trip, every time.
Got it?
Got it.
Click it or ticket. Together, we can save lives.
Spring is here, and it's time to visit Jolivet Family Farms. 8 greenhouses full of a wide variety of flowers, vegetable, and plants, all grown for this climate. Seed potatoes, onion sets, sweet onion plants, bulk seeds, succulents, citronella mosquito plants, horseradish, rhubarb, asparagus. Find unique lawn and garden decor. Take home a strawberry rhubarb pie, rhubarb crisp, or peanut butter pie from our homemade bakery. All this and so much more. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Right now at Homeworld Rugs, get 15% off area rug sale prices. Discover stunning patterns, vibrant colors, and sizes to fit every space. With experts in every showroom to help you find your perfect rug. Don't miss 15% off area rugs going on now at Homeworld Rugs.
Protect your home with Tundra seamless gutters and gutter helmet from Asher Lassen Exteriors. Receive up to 22% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
All right, wind and cooler temperatures are the store for tomorrow. The rain chance really starts increasing towards the afternoon and Friday night. Weekend is dry, but that's like about a 15 to 20 degree drop from last weekend. So definitely it will feel kind of chilly Saturday, really.
No kidding. All right, thanks for joining us tonight at 10. We'll see you tomorrow.